Here we are, beginning a brand new year. And of course, what is on the hearts and minds of many of us? No, not football. It's a good guess, though, okay? Resolutions, right? Some of us are resolved to stop gossiping, to do some more spiritual reading, or maybe we're resolved to lose those 10 pounds we gained over the last several weeks here, okay? But as we know all too well, most of the resolutions we set out for ourselves here in early January become nothing but wishful thinking come late February. Archbishop Fulton Sheen once playfully said, "Resolutions, like the good, die young." Now, this is somewhat ironic, considering the word resolution comes from the word resolute, which means firm, determined, unwavering. Well, why is it then that we are anything but firm, determined, and unwavering when it comes to keeping those things that we know need to get done? Because after all, the resolutions we make are not things we wish for, but things we need to do. One of the reasons why is brought up by St. Teresa of Avila. She once said, "Everything other than pleasing God is nothing." Everything that we do in this life, especially the things that we need to do, should be done with not only God in mind, but also with God as our source and our goal. We're nothing without God. But so many of our good intentions go by the wayside because we rely on ourselves and not on Him. Like, for example, that resolution to stop gossiping, you do so not just so you can stop getting into trouble and feeling bad about yourself, but also because you deeply want to bring the love of God to everyone, especially in your speech, in your conversations. Or how about that desire to do more spiritual reading? You will come through on that one when you're able to live a life where God is the true center of your life, and thus everything flows from your relationship with Him. Well, how about that resolution to lose those 10 pounds? You will be able to be firm in that resolution if you look at it as giving thanks to God for the gift of your life, the gift of your health, that you need to be responsible for this incredibly precious gift. What we basically need to do then to be resolute, to be firm, determined, and unwavering, to take on the attitude of the Magi, the wise men. And this is the feast of the Epiphany. Nothing was going to stop them from seeing the child. And when we consider who the child is, we can say nothing was going to stop them from seeing God. So much of the time, we're not like that at all. We start out thinking, okay, I'm going to get in my rosary today, pray for the people in my life who need the prayers. I'm going to spend some time learning a little bit more about the Gospel of St. John. And then maybe I'll go for a walk or a run to burn off some calories. But what happens? In all these intentions, resolutions to actually see God in our lives, we stop short. We let all sorts of things stop us from seeing God. But for example, we make the mistake of turning on the television, and instead of just seeing what the weather's going to be, we end up watching all kinds of stuff that won't do a thing to help us to become any better. And then when all that time is wasted, we realize, oh man, I gotta get busy. Other things need to get done. The shopping, the laundry, the cooking, the bills, the kids, the neighbors. Next thing you know, the day is shot. And there you are, 10:30 at night, looking into the refrigerator, saying, oh man, I didn't do my rosary today. I didn't go for a walk, and here I am thinking about getting another piece of chocolate cake. Tradition has the Magi as being kings, and they may well have been. But historic evidence suggests that they were not likely kings, but king makers. You see, there was a group of men back in the ancient Orient who were priests, astrologers, and government officials who had the authority to elect the Parthian king. So keep in mind, Parthia was the eastern half of the Roman Empire. Now, even though I had that wonderful song, We Three Kings, beautiful song, none of the early church fathers held them to be kings. That's okay, it's still a great song. But even though they may not have been kings, they were the great scholars of the day. And there's no doubt, whoever these men were, they heard about the Messiah from Jewish exiles. And even though they might have been pagan at first, at least at the time of their departure to the Holy Land, they were still unwavering. They were going to see God. St. Peter Chrysologus once wrote, "The Magi find the one they have followed as he shone in the sky, but today the Magi see clearly the one they have long awaited for as he lay hidden among the stars." There's something else we can learn from the Magi besides being resolute enough to see God. That's to realize this: the end of one journey is oftentimes the beginning of the next. It was Pope Benedict XVI who once told us, "Going into the house, the Magi saw the child. Outwardly, their journey was now over, but at this point, a new journey began for them, which changed their whole lives." Now, this is a journey that you and I can be a part of here. The Pope continues, "They learned that God is not usually as we imagine him to be. This was where their new journey began. They had to change their ideas about power, about God, and about man. And in doing so, they had to change themselves." See, remember, God almost always comes to us in the unexpected. And it's in that shock, especially the shock that he comes to us as a child, that suddenly we can see he really is all loving, all merciful. He really is a Father who can be trusted. Look how he comes to us. And it's then, just like the Magi, we can then present our gifts to the Lord. As Pope Benedict says, "They gave gifts to the king, but what the king always wants is the gift of ourselves. No lesser gift will be sufficient for this king." See, the gifts that the three wise men brought signify the gifts that we can give to our Lord Jesus on a daily basis. Like, for example, St. Gregory the Great once said that gold represents God's wisdom, which we can let shine forth in our daily lives. Frankincense is the prayer and adoration we can give him. And myrrh is our daily self-sacrifice. Or in more recent times, it was St. Edith Stein, who lived during the 1900s. She said that gold represents the gift of obedience to God, frankincense the purity of our devotion, and myrrh is death to ourselves. So can you now see how you can keep your resolutions, how you can remain firm, determined, and unwavering? By realizing it's all about gifts, of letting nothing stop us from receiving the greatest of gifts, our Lord Jesus, fully into our lives, and then by responding to this awesome gift, by presenting the gifts of ourselves back to him. You see, if Jesus is the center, the source of our lives, because we have hearts opened to receive him, but also if he's the goal of our lives, we're able to bring him the gift of ourselves, then everything we do will be through him, with him, and in him. And together, you and Christ, there'll be nothing stopping you from fulfilling your resolutions.